Hello, Quailonians! Hi, everybody. My name is Christian and I'm with Undique. We're getting started here for our Friday night live. So, thanks for tuning in. And as always, I gonna go over some of the basics of what's happening on our quail farm, basic products, and I'm gonna present some new products today as well. So we're gonna have a nice about an hour to tonight. I'll tell you what happened here on the farm, and yeah, feel free to ask questions, pop them in the comments, leave a like and subscribe, follow, and we get started. So it was a good week here on the quail farm, I have to say. We had a lot of fun, and I bring some fun tonight to you guys as well. I'm gonna crack open some quail eggs today, this time not accidentally. And maybe we have a live appearance from Hazel, our chief treat tester. She turned 3 years this year, and this week, right? On Tuesday, Hazel over there, she's just resting. We're gonna actually later go to the Hazel camp. I hope it works out. Hazel is the chief treat tester. She's now 3 years with us, and since 3 years, chief treat tester here at Undique. What is Undique? We are a network of farms here in the US. I'm based out of New Jersey, but we are all over the country. I'll show you later the map. But let's dive into our first product, that you know what's happening on our quail farm. Surprise! We have quail eggs here on the farm. And a lot of people out there were upset earlier this year, and still it's a bit crazy what's going on with egg prices in the supermarkets. So in today's live, I show you also what you can do to beat those prices and maybe get your own eggs from your own backyard, from your own garage or aviary, wherever you want to set it up. So I'm gonna give you expert tips on that too. So hang in there. I'm just still recovering from a busy day on the quail farm, and the reward is always at the end of the day. A few in the morning as well when I pick the lovely quail eggs, right? That's my reward here as a farmer. I treat my birds really well, and those birds reward me with great quail eggs. So this is one a bit on the bigger side, a little bit on the bigger side. Normal standard quail eggs, around, we measure them, they're around 12 to 14 grams. Some are a little bigger, some are less big, right? We are not like, we don't tell the quail, hey, it needs to be exactly like half an ounce and it needs to be exactly this shape. It's nature happening here. So you see here a little difference between it's probably going to be a double yolker. We're going to find out during this live. I'm going to crack it open, prepare my breakfast already for tomorrow morning. Why not, right? Let's get ready for the weekend. And Easter is coming up soon, so you might have seen it, but I just point them out there. There's little Easter bunnies here in the back. We are gonna talk about them as well. We have them ready to go out to customers too. They can actually hold a quail egg, but you can count them. And at the end of the show, I'm gonna let you know how many of those I was hiding here. So a little Easter bunny hunt, Easter egg hunt. Anyway, let's talk about quail eggs. So this is one we're gonna find out if it's a double yolker, a big one. This is the standard size quail egg. This one is a little dirty. It happens every once in a while, so that's why it goes into my breakfast, not yours, right? And as a comparison, I brought a standard chicken egg. I still eat chicken eggs, of course, too. They taste the same. You're not gonna be able to tell much of a difference. However, on the quail eggs, I know exactly what is in there because we feed the best stuff to our quail. On those guys I buy myself in the supermarket, since I don't have any chicken, I'm not so sure what is in them, right? What did this chicken get to eat? No idea. I hope they're great. I mean, but let's talk about the quail. So those little champs, too, they are awesome, and I'm gonna prepare my breakfast here live in a second, but I want to tell you a little bit what's in there. And I keep an eye down here on the chat if you have any questions, so don't be shy, pop them in. A quail egg has about 13 calories, has about 1 gram of fat, so the egg itself is 14 grams approximately, right? Of course, eggs have a little cholesterol, but we know now science, they say there's good and bad cholesterol, right? Has a bit of sodium in there, 60 milligrams. But then we get to the good stuff, which is really awesome. A lot of protein. That's why I look already a little bit like Arnold Schwarzenegger here, right? My countryman there. So a lot of protein in the quail eggs. So I know some people who cut them open and chuck them raw. Why not? But then we have vitamin A in there. 5% of your daily value of vitamin recommended intake, right? 5% of vitamin A is in one single egg. So if I'm gonna prepare my breakfast here with 6 eggs, I pretty much cover already half of my vitamin A for tomorrow. Vitamin B12 is 10% in a single egg of your recommended daily intake. So again, with 6 eggs, I gonna have pretty much halfway there tomorrow, just with breakfast, having some eggs, right? There's riboflavin in there, 10% of the daily recommended value, 5% folate. Folate is always good. Selenium, 10%. And then, all these good things, like there's iron in there, like that helps for a healthy nervous system. And increases your energy levels. That's why I'm still so hyper on Friday evening at 7:30, right? Eastern. So a lot of good stuff in there. The protein helps you with the cell repair, so helps with the skin. Antioxidants are in there too. There's zinc in there. A lot of different proteins and things I can't even pronounce. So just click on the product below and read up on it. A lot of great stuff in the quail egg. Now let's see what's in it, right? We sell them in different quantities, so you can decide: do I want to get a carton, just a dozen of eggs, 2 dozen, 3 dozen, 4 dozen, right? Multiples of that, and they are being shipped fresh from our farms here in the US. I'm in New Jersey, but we have farms in Texas, Louisiana, New York State, Utah, Florida. I'm missing somebody. I always miss somebody. I show you the map later. Okay, so we try to be close to you. That's why we are a network of small family-run farms. So we are not a big corporation. I don't have a fancy studio. You're gonna get some cool insight later. When we put on the Hazel cam and see what dog treats we make too. Speaking of dogs and cats, like Hazel, she gets one every day with the breakfast, and every once in a while one in the evening too. If I break one, she's the cleanup crew today. So yeah, they are not just good for us humans, but we have a lot of customers who like to get fresh quail eggs for their African rattlesnake. I was reading in a review as well that the snake liked the quail egg too. There's a lot of animals out there who appreciate, and it's part of their natural diet to have a game bird egg. Yes, quail is a game bird. We get to that when I tell you a little bit about how you could get into quail, and in about 3 months from now have your own fresh quail eggs at home, much quicker than chicken eggs. Chicken take a long while, but we come to that. Now let's see. Is it gonna be a double yolk or not? I'm gonna adjust my camera angle and show you then another product we got in our store. That one, I have to admit, this product is not laid or made in the US. I haven't found a manufacturer who makes them in the US. If you know one, let me know. But this is a cool tool. It normally comes in green. Here with the green screen function, it turns blue, but just imagine it's green. It's a quail egg cutter. Why? Because the quail egg shell is a little harder than a chicken and chicken egg, and it's just more convenient, and you'll see it when I do it. So I got a little thingy dingy here. That's my cup for tomorrow for breakfast, and you just go like that, and you cut off the top, just like so. Oops. And you pour it out. And yeah, it was a double yolker, but I made a bad job pouring it, so it already mixed it up. Sorry for that, and I make a mess, of course. And now in slow motion, this one it is on the bigger side, but I don't think it has a double yolk, but we're gonna find out. Let me come closer without, yeah, well, too late. I'm messing up my setup here. Oh, that's a nice yolk. Let's see. There you can see the golden color of it, I hope. So that's 2 eggs right now, 1 double yolker, 1 single yolker as it should be. And I'm gonna need a little tissue here because that's what happens when you do things live, right? You make a mess, but I think you got the idea about the tool now. I'm not gonna explain it any further. Let's talk about the quail eggs. So the cool thing is you can dose them as much as you want for breakfast if you feel hungry. Actually, maybe I should stop here because if I'm not that hungry tomorrow, I don't need to open them up all. I did 3 so far. I usually have some bacon with breakfast and things like that. Let's do 1 more. 4 for sure. And then I decide tomorrow morning how hungry I am. And crack open a few more fresh. So, but you get the idea. Why do I sell them as a pack of 3? I have 1 at the feeding station of my dog. I have 1 in the drawer where I hope it is. And if it's not there, then there's 1 in the dishwasher usually. So, yeah. Sometimes I'm a little confused. It's good to have more than 1 at home. And the shipping cost is there either way. So why not just ship 3, right? So that's one of our products which is not US made. But all the rest you see today is US made or laid. The eggs are definitely made here on the farm. Now, yeah, so the cool thing is you use them as normal chicken eggs, right? You can have them sunny side up. This one's gonna end up scrambled, that's for sure. And you get all those vitamins, minerals, all the good stuff of the quail egg, which is a bit more in there if you compare it with chicken eggs. Of the vitamins and minerals, so it is a healthy snack. You can also decide to, and that's a cool thing, as a party snack, right? If you hard boil that little gem, you can pickle it, right? It's a nice little snack in the evening too, so you can make it to your taste. It's pretty awesome. So that's the first thing what we get here on the farm from our quail. The first product we make out of quail is the eggs, really. Well, we don't really make it. The birds make it, right? Those little guys. I had issues finding a cool egg cup holder because you could soft boil them as well and spoon them out. Tiny cooking is a trend, and why not? So I actually designed that here myself, and I make that here with US material, and here right behind me it's being manufactured small scale little egg holders, right? You cut it open like you saw earlier on, and you can scoop out your soft boiled egg too. You have that for chicken, why not for quail too, right? I love it. We bring that to you in 3 different colors. We got in blue too, and we got it in black as well. Black works really well on this celadon egg. We get to the celadon egg in a second when we talk about how do I get these cool blue eggs compared to the brown eggs. With this studio light here, it doesn't really show the color proper. Click below on any product, then go on the Undique store here on Amazon, and you'll find those as well. We have them for hatching. You can eat them too if you want to do some fancy dinner. Awesome. So yeah, the black cup here brings out really the color on those guys. Now, we ship our eggs fresh, right? No eating egg is leaving here after it's older than 72 hours. For hatching egg, it's only 48 hours. So what we do with those little gems, if we are not eating them ourselves or shipping them to customers, we think about our 4-legged friends, right? I'm gonna show you later some bursty pictures of Hazel. Hazel, are you leaving me already? Hazel, it's hard to work with her sometimes. She's a bit of a diva and camera shy. Maybe I should show her first when she enjoys one of the products I made for her, but we'll see. We'll check back in on her. So Hazel, she likes when we go camping or when we are on the go somewhere, but also when I'm short on fresh eggs because I ship them all to you guys. She likes the food topper we make for her. So if an egg is not fresh enough anymore to ship it out because it takes a bit until you get it, and it needs to be of course shelf stable for a while in your kitchen, right? If we have too many eggs during the summertime or things like that, we make those freeze-dried whole egg food topper for pets. So that's for your dog, for your cat, for your ferret, any pet who really likes a bit of extra vitamins and minerals on top of their food. I call it the Parmesan of the pet world, right? You put your Parmesan on your spaghetti, and for Hazel, I put a little sprinkle of the freeze-dried quail egg on top of her food. When she was 2 years old, she had a period where she was like, I don't really like my normal food anymore. I don't want to eat this. What is this? A little sprinkle of that was like magic. She was suddenly interested again, and now she either asks for this, and this lasts you a long while, a couple of weeks if you dose it on the small side. We have here two sides here, right? It's the small side or the generous side here. Hazel, want a snack? She's laying over there. We'll figure it out. She will come when I show you the other products for sure. So a great little product made in the US, not imported from anywhere else. Good stuff. Comes from our farms straight to you. Now, the quail are an awesome bird and it's very versatile. A lot of people want to keep them for their meat as well. Their meat is a little gamey, so that definitely tastes different than chicken. So we make pet products out of them. And one thing is pet cotton candy. So that's something for your older dogs, for your older cats, which is just premium dehydrated quail meat, and it's very fluffy. So a dog or cat, they don't have, when they get older, they don't have the best teeth anymore. They might not be able to chew. Another cool product I will show you. They can still have that because it's very fluffy, as you see, bit kind of cotton candy style. We didn't color it because we don't want to have anything artificial. Well, we did one version with beetroot juice, which is kind of pink and reddish, but this is the natural color. It's a natural yellow, but we didn't want to make it blue or anything like that because that would be artificial color, and we don't want anything artificial in there. So it's only premium quail meat, and you can either use it as a food topper, sprinkle that on the normal food of your pet, or as a little snack like that. Right, easy to chew for your pet. Of course, always provide fresh water. I love the smell. It's definitely an interesting bouquet, you would say, with wine, right? It is a bit gamey. Your dog, your cat will love it. You might be not into it, but that's okay. It's not for you. It's for your pet, right? Hazel, wanna try a bit? I have something for you. Come, baby. Food. She's camera shy. She's definitely camera shy. Good that I prepared some footage. I show you. In case she doesn't show up, we shall see. She's one of those. Is your pet also camera shy? Hazel is sometimes. I don't know. Maybe it's... Yeah. I have to talk with her about that. Her salary needs to be cut. Maybe less quail eggs. I don't know. Maybe only one quail egg per week until she changes her behavior. We'll see. Just kidding. Quail crunch sticks. Now, that comes in a package like this. And when she hears that, that's Hazel's favorite. One of Hazel's favorites. So, the quail has a spine, and it looks like that. It's very crunchy. There's all the good stuff in there as well. Quail is very nutrient-dense meat. And the spine is, yeah, what it is. It's the spine. But we call it the crunch stick because it's really crunchy. It's only dehydrated. Nothing else done to it. And so there's a couple of them in the pack. You can, break them up into smaller pieces. Like so. And it's a nice little treat. A lot of people out there, they go maybe hunting for quail because quail is also native here in the US. There's the bobwhite quail or other quail species. People actually go hunting. If you want to train your dog to retrieve the quail, that's a good training tool for that, and a great training reward. Is nothing processed here, nature pure, made here on the farm and the farms in our network, and great product. You don't find it anywhere else, only here. So check it out, and we'll see if Hazel shows up to actually try some. She just had dinner, so we'll see. Great products. Now, Hazel's favorite. the Quail Crunch Bites. So again, this is made from premium quail meat. And at least you get to see Hazel on the packaging right now. So that's Hazel. I designed that a little bit to be, yeah, cute. She is cute like that. But I did a bit of a Photoshop to her. Right. Not that she needs it, but as you can see, she's sometimes camera shy. I don't know what it is. Maybe she doesn't like your haircut. Hazel, why are you not showing up today? Yeah, come here. Look what I got. Yeah. Want a treat? Ah, I might be able to activate the Hazel cam now. Let's see. Don't be shocked. You see the full layout of my studio. So let's switch on the Hazel cam. Here we are. Hazel, darling. There you are. I was looking for you. You want a treat? Yeah, come here and sit. Yeah, sit nice. Good girl. Let me adjust the camera. The people want to see you. Yeah. Okay. Now, what did we learn? We give paw. Good girl. And you get a treat. Okay. Sometimes she runs off with her treats, so don't be surprised if she's disappearing on us right now. But since she's such a good girl in here now, you want another one? Another bite? Yes. Let's see. Yeah, I break it apart. That's the spine now. The treat looks different because it's just premium meat. And you give me paw. Yo. Good girl. Okay. Good that we didn't have too much dinner. Did you hear that crunch? I think it's maybe hard to hear with my background noise everywhere. But it's a nice crunch to it. Good paw. Good girl. Go down. Yes. All the way down. Da, da. Ah, is it too cold, the floor? Okay, then not. One more sticky. Yeah. So, just that we have the right product marked here. So that's the crunch stick, right? Yeah, that's for you. You're such a good girl. Okay. And do you see the reassemblance here a little bit, right? On the crunch bites? That's you. That's you. Yeah. That's you. Yeah, you like them, I know. But these are for customers. It's already sealed. I can't give you one. No, it's for customers. Yeah. Sorry, Hazel. Yeah. Thanks so much for your participation. Thank you very much. You can go now and lay down or go upstairs and see what our chief finance officer is doing. Huh? Okay. So, isn't she a good girl? Yes, she is. Isn't she? I love her. It's hard to work with live animals. Yeah. On a live with an animal. Yeah. C'est la vie. My English today. Okay. So we have seen the crunch sticks, the crunch bites. I'm sure your pet will appreciate that as well. So what we do on the farm here is we are responsible with what we work with, right? Our birds. And without them, we wouldn't have a business and we wouldn't have food. So all the products you just saw, we make that, ethically. I want to be able to sleep at night and have a good conscience. So we treat our birds really well, but they have one bad day on the farm, like everybody. We all have an expiration date, right? But let's start from the beginning, right? Here a little picture when you click below, and I show you my favorite picture here as well. That was the first quail I had on the farm. I hatched them New Year's Eve. I set them in the incubator. Incubator is a little device which keeps the temperature right and the humidity. And so I put 12 hatching eggs. In my case, the product below you see is 24 into the incubator, and quail hatch between, depending what incubator you're using, if it's a professional grade one or if it's like one you get here on Amazon, for example, can be anything between day 16 to day 20, 21. A lot of factors in regards how stable the temperature was. Have you been a bit above the 99.5 or a bit below? But they usually hatch after about 3 weeks, right? Within 3 weeks, out of those eggs, you get these little baby chicks. And they are so cute when they're small. Sounds like I'm talking about my daughters, right? They are so cute when they are small. Once they get older, Anyway, but the cool thing is, after the incubation period, they start sipping out of those eggs, right? And those little chicks, which was this picture was the first one I was holding in my hand here. These little chicks come out, and in 6 to 8 weeks, they grow to this size and start laying eggs, right? Do the same thing with a chicken egg. Incubation period is the same. Within 3 weeks, you're gonna have your chicks running around. But until a chicken lays eggs, takes about 22 weeks. Some breeds even longer, right? So a quail starts laying within 2 months, and the chicken can be 3, 4, 5 months, depending on the breed. So if you want to get fresh quail eggs quickly, then you go, fresh eggs quickly, that's the quail. They're also easier to keep. Some homeowners associations don't really have a problem with quail. They might not allow backyard poultry because the chicken roosters are loud, and the quail roosters also make a sound. Oh, I forgot to record that sound for you guys. I play a video later. Maybe there is a little sound of a rooster on it as well, so you can hear that. They are not as loud. You can keep them in a garage, in a little aviary. You can build the cage yourself, or you get a ready-made one. I can show you that as well. But the cool thing is the life cycle of a quail, from the time you incubate them until they lay eggs, again, 6 to 8 weeks. They need to have light on them in the winter time a bit, that they know, oh, it's daylight, okay, I should lay an egg. It's really, really great. So I got into quail over 4 years ago, and then actually my company now is over 4 years old now as well. So pretty much after I started with quail, I figured, hey, that's a cool business. I don't want to work in IT anymore, just all day in front of the computer. I want to work with birds. They are cute. They get used to you. They're very curious birds. You're gonna see that in some footage as well. And why don't we look at some footage now? I need to have a little break of talking anyway. Meantime, if you have a question, pop it down below, and let me switch over here and show you some pictures what happened this week on the quail farm. Let's switch over here to the picture view, and I'm gonna show you some different adult birds after as well. But what happened on the quail farm this week? Let's watch a video of the chicks right now.
What's up, guys? That's a lot of baby quail. Aren't they cute?
There it was. Did you hear that in the end? I know the audio quality is not the best on the replay here, but I gotta do it one more time. That was a rooster. So just let's listen to him again. Excusez-moi. Here we go.
Baby quail. Aren't they cute?
There it was. So that's the rooster sound. It is a bit loud, but honestly, the wild birds in my neighborhood are actually louder than my quail, where I keep them. So I ask all my neighbors. They don't hear them at all. That's great. And I have a couple of hundred. So yeah, if I count those little guys too, right? That's the recent hatch. I hatch all the time on the farm because we make a lot of different products out of quail, and we need to have a lot of quail eggs. But honestly, I couldn't supply enough for the demand we have right now. So that's why I'm so grateful that a couple of years ago I had this idea to have a network of small quail farms here in the US, and I created that and asked other people who are in the similar industry than I am, who raise quail, who follow the same guidelines, that we provide great products. And here we are, and we are networked now. And this way we can be close to you and bring those lovely gems to you. What else happened this week? Yeah, so I mentioned earlier on, it was Hazel's birthday. So here we are. We couldn't help, and we got a puppy cake there. She also got a self-made sausage as well. And as you can see by her look there, she was definitely very excited. Isn't she cute? She's just our little treasure, right? She keeps everything in check. She loves the little baby quails. She wouldn't harm them at all. They are her babies, right? And yeah, so she's now 3 years old, the little Hazel Dazel. I took a picture as well. I went to another farm. They have duck eggs there, so I got some fresh duck eggs. As you can see, that's on the bottom here. That's a duck egg. That's the chicken egg I was holding on early on. That's the double yolk quail egg I was cutting open early on, and that's kind of a standard size quail egg. We could go a number smaller because when quails start laying eggs, they don't get the sizing correct in the beginning, and you might end up with a little fairy egg. So in comparison to a normal egg, let me hold it up. So that's the normal size egg, and yeah, this one needs a bit more work here. They are very rare. Usually it's the first training egg. With the egg rollout I'm using, not everyone makes it actually out. They might end up in the poop tray and disappear forever as fertilizer in the garden. By the way, if you look for a great plant fertilizer with extra calcium, check out our store below. We have that too for you. So yeah, so you have a little picture in regards to size comparison. Because I had once a customer request, like they ordered quail eggs and they were complaining that the eggs are so small, and they wanted duck eggs. And well, the product is called quail egg. I can't make a duck egg out of a quail egg. It's impossible. So what else? I was playing a bit with AI and doing a little photography workshop here on the farm soon for pre-Easter. And it's a little Easter egg too. Tell me what's wrong in the picture. 1, 2, 3 hands. Well, when I was young, I studied photography, and when you work with animals and you want to stage them, that they stand still, quail, you saw them running around there. If you want to make pictures of them, you need to have, yeah, it would be great to have 3 hands for the camera and 1 for the object to kind of put it back where it should be. Well, with the workshop, it will work out. We will collaborate with some photographers, and we're gonna have some fun. And hopefully bring some nice pictures to you then after Easter. We shall see. Okay, so that's what happened really on the homestead this week. Let's go back to talk a little bit more about the birdies. So, just another thing. We do have products. Right now, this one, I think we are low on stock, but you can do that with fresh quail eggs as well. Since Easter is coming up, you can color them. This is a nice picture there as a sample of what you can make once you blow them out. And we try to stock up as much as we can right now pre-Easter, but just for you an idea, you can have breakfast and make something cool craft-wise as well. You find in our store also some other products like earrings, chains, what we make out of the quail egg too. So really, really cool gift ideas if you know somebody who is into quail. Surprise them with something. What else news we have on the farm? Oh yeah, the button quail. That's a bit older news. If you watched this video already before, it's cute. Watch it again. But here we go. Button quail eggs. They are smaller. We ship them out of 3 locations right now, and they're pretty popular. They are just tinier. If you're looking after meat bird and things like that, this is more like a pet bird, I would say. They provide eggs as well. They're gonna be as tiny as this one, for example. So if compared to my wedding ring, gives you a little idea. And this was the first ones of this season hatching here. As I normally don't keep button, but we have them on other farms, so I want to show them here as well.
Look at the first baby button quail, they're so little. Oh my gosh. He's so tiny. Oh! And he wants to run away. So small.
They are so small, but so cute. So that's a great product we bring to you for hatching, right? In regards to hatching, a few things. We don't have a hatch rate guarantee. Most breeders don't do that because we have no control over the shipping. If something breaks in shipping, you take a picture. Eggs are the most fragile stuff to ship. I do this now as a business over 4 years, and we still keep and maintain a rate of 1 breakage out of 100 orders. So that's 1%. If you're working for the US Postal Service, if you see a fragile sticker, that means it's fragile in there. So, but we have seen pictures where there was truck tires on them. Of course, packages are insured, and we work with you to fix if there is a delivery issue like that. Hatching eggs, I mentioned earlier on as well, we never ship out hatching eggs older than 48 hours. Right now, the way it is, we're waiting for eggs to be laid to be able to ship them out. So you get the freshest eggs. These eggs stay viable for hatching for at least 10 days. Science, actually, there was a university who did a study on it. And I know from my own experience too. But science says after day 10, the hatch rate starts declining. So if you're new into quail and you get nervous and you read some things online on some platforms and they say, oh, no. Yeah, there's a lot of information online. Don't believe everything it says there. The egg doesn't go after 5 days and says, I'm not viable, I'm not going to hatch anymore, right? I recently hatched those buttons you saw, they were 14-day-old eggs. They got shipped from our farm in Florida to a customer in Arizona. The package came back to me here in New Jersey because it said address unavailable. So if you order, please make sure your address is correct, right? And so these eggs came back, 14 days old, twice the distance traveled, and I hatched them and I got a 30% hatch rate. So that normally, doesn't happen that they travel that long and twice the distance and things like that. But I'm just saying they are not magically losing their hatch rate, their viability. So I just want to, educate you a little bit because there's a lot of false information out there. But that said, we do a really great job on it. We ask for you for a hatch rate report as well. We keep that and we constantly hatch on our own farm, so we know that most of the eggs are fertile. We don't have the money for expensive equipment. We have time to test every single egg if it's fertile, but we rotate the roosters. We monitor the fertility rate, right, and make sure that you get the best possible start, and then it depends on your incubator, on your experience, on the shipping, and therefore we don't have hatch rate guarantees. Like I always like to say, if I buy eggs in the store and I bake a cake with it, and if I burn that cake in the oven, I'm not going back to the store to ask for new eggs. I just look what the issue is, and we're happy to help you to identify if there was an issue, right, and help you to achieve a better result next time. It is nature we are dealing here with. We can't give any guarantees on nature, and that's just the way it is. And pretty much anybody in the industry, any breeder has the same kind of policies on that. Now, I talked to you about that the quail need to have a happy life, right? Kind of reminds me about that little boy which came over. My wedding anniversary is coming up, and this little boy came over and said, "Happy wife, happy life." And it was so cute. And now I'm thinking, yeah, happy bird, happy life too, because I want to make sure those birds, are kept well. And that's why I show you an industry leading supplier for poultry equipment. Hatching Time, we work with them. And I have here a little recording about a breeding cage, a layer cage. And I zoom in here a little bit and speed it a bit up. So if you're like me and I have great hands in regards to the computer, but in regards to building stuff, I want to keep my hands as they are. I tried to build a quail cage out of wood and wire and all this good stuff. Yeah, it's still around. I'm not using it anymore because it's really hard to clean. It gets rusty. If anybody needs a free cage, let me know. If you're in the New Jersey area. Anyway, I migrated to the Hatching Time cages. As you can see here, this is a 5-tier cage. So that one easily holds 75 quail. I keep them in breeding groups in there. So that's 4 girls, 1 rooster together that we get the fertile eggs. If you're only after eggs, you can only have the hens. You don't need a rooster that the hen lays an egg. And a lot of farms do that too. So they get the hatching eggs from us, hatch them out, the roosters have a happy life for a while, and then the hens remain to lay the eggs, right? And yeah, they keep laying the eggs, about 300 eggs a year, maybe more even. Depends if you want to give them a natural pause during the winter or not, right? It's up to you. There's so many ways to keep quail. I want to show you one way. I don't say other ways are wrong. I just say this works for me, right? And a lot of our people think the same thing, right? So this breeder cage, it's easily assembled with a power drill, a little hammer, and a little clamp helps. And it has aluminium rods. Do you see them there? I put them in there right now. They provide the extra stability. The rest is a specific kind of plastic, so you can power wash it, you can clean it. Nothing rusts in there. They give you for years to come. I know breeders, they have those cages since years. It's really great housing. The quail don't get bumble feet from them. They are not standing on wire mesh. They have ample of space. It comes with a water system. That's why here in Jersey we get freezing temperatures during the winter. The quail don't mind, but the water system might. So I keep it indoors, out of direct sunlight as well. And this way, those anyway, they are not predator proof. If you have an egg rollout here, a predator like a snake or whatever could get into your quail. You don't want that to happen, so it's good to have kind of an enclosure around it, right? And you will be happy, and your quail will be happy in there for years to come. The egg rollout keeps your eggs clean. They roll out when they are late. No poop on them, so that's awesome. And there's a feeding tray then in front. Let me fast forward here a little. If we see how it's assembled, then here's the last floor. And the cool thing, it's a modular setup. If you don't want to keep that many quail, then just get a 2-tier or 3-tier, right? You can decide. Click on the product below and it tells you exactly, you know, what configuration you want to have. You can take the middle wall out, that you have kind of a community compartment there, or you have the middle walls in and keep them in breeding groups. That's what we do, to ensure that we achieve a high fertility rate for the eggs, because we ship them out to you guys as hatching eggs. Okay, what else we got today? Speaking about keeping birds happy. Now, once you're into quail, you might want to offer the quail for sale off your farm, right? Or ship them. Oh, Hazel is up and coming again. Let's switch over to Hazel Cam and I can show you this other product here. And let's take a look. Hazel, wanna help me to present this next product? You're not interested? Okay. Maybe she comes. Maybe. So, this lovely box here. Snack? Hazel, snack? No snack? Tummy full? No, tummy not full. Okay, let's show one more time. You saw it earlier on. The crunch stick. Hazel, sit. Good girl. Okay, you know what that is? What we use that for? And you're interested in the treat, I know. Okay, sit. Good girl. Yes. And give paw. Good girl. And you get a treat. Thank you. But that's it for today. I mean, there's not much calories in it, but still, we want that you keep your great body, right? Okay. Okay, one more. And yeah, since we are soon at the end of the show, it's your chance to say bye. But give me, yeah. Good girl. I hope you hear that crunch. Okay. So, I'm not used to show it down there. You need to see my face. Right, Hazel? They should see my face when I show this product. Yeah? Okay, let's switch over to the other camera then. Here we are again. Okay, on the other camera though, you could see that this stuff is green rather than blue. It's magic with the green screen. Anyway, this is from Brian's Roost. Jennifer, she's a seasoned breeder and she uses her own products. And we are lucky here at Undique to have her in the network and that she provides the products she's using for her birds also to our store. And this is a shipper, a transport box for quail. Quail chicks, possible live birds, like adult birds as well, if you want to temporarily store them while you clean your cage, for example. That's what I use them for as well. Because I have a lot of quail and I need some kind of, great box for them where they are temporary in there until I have cleaned and power washed their cages. It folds up nicely. It's a 3-step thing. It tells you here actually how to fold it. I'm not gonna do that live because I need more space for that here. But I want to show you the features of them, and let's look inside, right? So it has a membrane here, which is great for shipping or transport if you go to a poultry show, poultry swap, things like that, right? It has this white membrane. You can see it from the outside. There's the air holes. You can poke out a few more if you want to, of course, depending what time of the year you ship them and transport them. But the little quail or adults have no way to stick anything out there, so they will be safe. It provides ample of space for a breeding group or for quite a bunch of quail chicks as well. Folds up nicely. It's approved by the US Postal Service if you decide to ship birds. You can tape it together like that. Let's switch over to Hazel Cam one more time that you see the full color thing here. Hazel, what are you doing over there? Want to show the product or what? What I'm paying you for? Come here. Show how nice it is. Can you explain it a bit? So, right? The bird is going there. Correct? Yeah. You can't pay these people enough for these dogs. Right? The bird is going there. And then they are safe from you and from the cat and anybody else. So, Hazel. Anyway, great product. Comes in a pack of 10, so you have plenty of them. Yeah, if you have questions about it, pop it down below. Awesome product. We have that here in our store as well. Now, since I spoke about show birds, if you want to show off your birds at the show and you want to provide extra vitamins, minerals, and a secret, not so secret anymore, ingredient, that's where Show Pro comes in. Is from another farmer, breeder in our network down from Alabama. Again, as I said early on, everything what you see here with this one exception, sorry for that, if you know a manufacturer in the US, let me know, comes and is made and laid in the United States. Show Pro, same story. It includes human grade product. It's called Sustain. It's made for men with hair loss problem. I don't have hair loss problems. I have gray hair problem. If you know how to fix that, please send me a message. But it's okay. We all age with dignity, right? I age with dignity. Anyway, like Hazel. She's 3 years old. She still looks great, doesn't she? Show Pro makes your birds look great and keeps them healthy. It's a food supplement, so it's not designed to be the only food for your bird. You put like a little scoop for an adult bird per day to the normal feed of your birds. It's loaded with protein, 42%. Calcium is in there. Lysine, Sustain, I mentioned already, and so much more. Read up on it. If you click on the product, you see the entire description and pictures. It makes your birds look better. They're gonna be healthier. It's an awesome product. This one is just a demo pack. It comes as a 10-pound bag from a warehouse separated from the farm. Biosecurity, right? We all know what's going on with everybody watches the news, so we talked about that. So we keep that separate, of course, and it ships fresh to your doorstep. Our farmer there, he does an awesome job. That's Carrie who provides that from the Walker Supply Company. Awesome stuff. Now, I don't know if you had the time to count all the lovely Easter bunnies here. You find them in our store as well. Did I show that you can actually hide something in them? You open up like that. It actually fits a quail egg, or the other way around, the quail egg fits in there. If it's not too big. Do I have a smaller one? I have a smaller one. This one fits. That happens when you offer jumbo sized birds. You tend to get bigger eggs as well. By the way, when we say jumbo on our listings, that refers to the birds, not to the eggs. Yeah, it nearly fits this one. Standard quail egg definitely fits. But you get the idea, right? So you can hide that in there. If you want to surprise the kids for Easter as well, the cool thing is you can paint that. The kids can paint that. If you run on your farm, for example, a rental program like we do, where you have rent out incubators and for families, for education, for schools, right? You could provide those bunnies there for the kids to paint as a little souvenir like we do. That one I did myself. I know I'm not an artist, am I? Yeah, that one was by a kid. Much better, right? So you can paint on them with Sharpies. They look cute. A nice little Easter decoration. Since we get towards the end of the show, did you have a chance to count all the bunnies I have in my little display here? And I know it's not fair because I had the crunch bites here in front of them. I'm gonna reveal the count in a minute. So I give you a few more minutes to count those guys. I'm gonna run real quick through what we talked today about. So we started off with what came first, the egg or the chicken. Well, we all know now, if you watch this channel, what was first was the quail. The quail was domesticated about 4,000 to 5,000 years ago, when we thought, oh, it's great to keep quail around to give us egg, right? Give us an egg. The chicken, we discovered that 1,000 years later. 1,000 years it took. That's funny enough, right? Well, that's what the historians say, right? We figured out, okay, we can eat that, great. And then 1,000 years later, let's domesticate the chicken as well. We can eat that, great. Took us 1,000 years to get from here to there. Crazy, right? So what came first? It was the quail egg, not the chick or the chicken. Or the chicken egg. Anyway, so that's where we started off. We have the fresh quail eggs here for you. So think ahead for Monday or next week's breakfast, right? We ship as quickly as we can, and you get those fresh eggs to your doorstep, fresher than any eggs you find in the store. When I look at the stores, if you find quail eggs there, they are usually shipped in from other countries like Canada, for example. Why? We have them here. Buy them here. The quail egg scissors, handy, nifty little tool, right, to cut your quail eggs open. What's going on here? And then we saw our mini egg cups, specifically designed for quail eggs. And here the size doesn't matter so much if you have a double yolk as well. Oh, I cut that one open. Then it fits as well in 3 different colors. We talked about our shaker here. That's good for your pet, right, Hazel? Yeah. And then we have the pet cotton candy. A lovely food topper or a little snack for older pets when their teeth are not that great anymore. Premium dehydrated quail meat. Straight from our farm to yours. The crunch stick you saw in action multiple times. Hazel, she showed. She loves them. And I really have to be careful when I have Hazel around that they are not all gone. Yeah. Speaking of Hazel's favorite, that was one of our first products. I designed the packaging myself. Yeah, a quail farmer with IT skills helps. Made here with love in New Jersey. We put, for the extra crunch here, some of the eggshell in there. It's good for your pet. Extra calcium. Maybe not for an older pet with teeth issues, but any other pet, your puppy, oh, they're gonna love you for. And you get a picture of Hazel. Isn't it cute? And the hatching eggs, that's the last thing we talked about. Now let me switch over and tell you where we are, right? So that's a current map. Actually, we're gonna have another spot popping up here soon as well. Our network is growing and we try to be as close as possible to you. And we ship as quickly as possible, right? And you get those fresh eggs or hatching eggs straight from our farms here in the US, right? Everything made or laid in the United States. Okay, I think that sums it up. The button quail, we looked at them. The quail cages from hatching time, I like to recommend them. And yeah, now the big thing is how many bunny ears we had around. I don't know if did you see that quail here? Is it in the image? Let me double check if I should count that one or not. That would be not fair if you're not able to. Oh, no, you're not able to see it. Okay, then I count I have to deduct one because there was also another Easter egg. I put that on the quail over there, but I just realized it was not in the image. So the correct count would be you saw 14 of those bunny ears today. If you like that little gamification, I might do that on Sunday again. I'm live on Sunday, 7:30 Eastern, live here on Amazon Live. So you can pop in questions there. Thanks for the like there, Alexei. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. I wish you a great weekend ahead. I hope I see you around soon again. Have a great weekend and see you Sunday. Thanks for watching. Again, my name is Christian and I'm with Undique. Have a good start into your weekend.